went.
It's fine.
Forgot to put up anything. Yeah.
What? I'm gone. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live show between my channel, Dark Avenger C86, and wait for it, and Brant's Facebook. I'm sorry, that's all I have for you as far as your name. So BM.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. My internet's going a little bit slow, and I'm trying to click stuff, and nothing is happening at all. That's weird. Anyway.
So I'm going to now go back to. I'm trying to find. I think it's here. Is it?
So while you're trying to find that, there you go. Awesome. So we are counting down. What we're doing here, by the way, is we are counting down the final hour of the Celestial Falcon Kickstarter campaign. It ends at midnight Eastern. So we've got less than an hour actually now. And we're past funding. We're almost to our first stretch goal now. We just got a pledge in a few minutes ago, so we are excited because we might reach that stretch goal before it ends. And we're just gonna wind it down and wrap it up. There you go. There's the campaign page right there.
Wow, we are at 81 backers. Yesterday, when we were doing the Chris and Brant show, we were at 74.
Yes.
So
thank you. Yeah.
That's a humongous leap, and definitely yes. Thank you to everyone, all 81 backers. We are now officially, as Kickstarter says, 50 minutes before completion. We are $1,724. Our first stretch goal, which is down here, unlocks at 1,800.
Yep.
So we're less than 100 away from hitting our first stretch goal, and hopefully, maybe someone or someones will pop in on the last 50 minutes and support the Kickstarter. Maybe somebody will up their pledge, and we can get that. Okay.
No, I just said yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a slight delay between us, so forgive us if we talk over each other.
Yeah, we didn't notice that last night, and Brent wanted to strangle me, and I was like, yeah, I kind of noticed it after the fact, and we have our 1-2 test, and there was a significant delay between our 1-2 yesterday. Today's a little bit better, but it's still a bit of a delay. We don't know where it's exactly at, but it's not going to stop us, damn it.
No. So, throughout this whole hour, we're not just going to talk about the Kickstarter, by the way. We're just going to be shooting the breeze and talking about whatever. But yeah, we're really close to this. And I revealed it in the newsletter that went out tonight, what our next stretch goal would be. If we get any pledges during this show, I will spill the beans here too, and just go ahead and put that out there, what our next stretch goal would be, because I won't have time to update the graphic and put it on the page and all that stuff. So why not do it live?
Do it live. Well, actually, anyone from this point on that does back to Kickstarter, we also will mention, we'll give you a little bit of a shout out as we're winding down this Kickstarter. We'll mention, if anybody does pop in, give a pledge, we will thank you live, since we are here and we are just enjoying the last 50 minutes. This has been, I know we said we weren't going to talk to Kickstarter too long. This has been an amazing, fun journey. Definitely a learning experience for myself. This being my first Kickstarter, not counting the previous altogether for this first issue. This is my first Kickstarter, and I am definitely coming away with this with a lot more knowledge on not just how to run a Kickstarter, but knowledge for future endeavors. Because as you all know, Celestial Falcon issue 2 is coming next year. I believe issue 3 is as well, but we're only working on, we're keeping our sights, one issue at a time. So issue 2 is going to be my next Kickstarter. It's going to be our next Kickstarter. And I know Brant's going to be doing a lot of Kickstarters. So if you've been enjoying this Kickstarter, there are a lot of Kickstarters coming up from Last Ember Press. There are a lot of books coming out next year from Last Ember Press, and more from Brant and Lisa. And there's a lot of, I'm not going to spoil anything. I know Brant and Lisa are keeping things close to the cuff right now as far as details, but they are doing something. I think you did say in the game genre, so I will mention that. And I'm super excited because I know the first thing they're working on, and I'm super excited for when that does hit Kickstarter. I will be there. I will be backing that. And this was just exciting. It was fun. And another thing I will say, moving forward, because I did kind of tease this on my channel, and I did have a vlog. Not a vlog, more of an update, even though I called it a vlog. It's kind of in between, so I just went with vlog, where I was met, where a few people were questioning, what major things I was talking about, what I was alluding to in the video. And like I said, this was my year to be the most creative. And one thing I can say, especially after this successful Kickstarter and all the amazing things that have happened since the beginning of 2019, from Shooting Star Universe's creation, being the .com, which Brant actually went above and beyond and did an amazing job setting up the .com for me, and all the stuff that's going to be coming out of Shooting Star Universe becoming the imprint for Celestial Falcon and the, as I guess we call it, Heroverse, Brant, for Last Summer Press.
Yeah. That works.
It works. So all the awesome creative stuff I've done on YouTube, and now I have these two new major projects that will be, one will be announced fairly soon. The second one is going to be more of it's still being worked on as we speak. So that one might not be mentioned until closer to the end of the year. So after these two next major projects start, I am going to be spending 2020 is going to be a new thing, is going to have a new feel to it. This year was the creative year. I got to create a lot of awesome stuff. Next year is going to be all about reaching out to a broader, bigger audience, to bring all of the stuff I've created this year to bigger, to upgrade the audience, to get as many people involved in all the new projects I started this year: Celestial Falcon, the two that I didn't mention yet, ShootingStarUniverse.com, and bringing more people in. Already, as announced during the middle of this campaign, Shooting Star Universe is joining the awesome newsletter that comes out of Last Summer Press, Around the Fire. Brant actually did he did mention it. I think there were two newsletters where he introed what the Shooting Star Universe newsletter was going to be about. We already do have people that are subscribed to the newsletter. I can say the first newsletter, my goal, especially with the Kickstarter being finished now, is talking about the completion of the Kickstarter and starting up the newsletter. So we have a newsletter. And so 2020 is going to be all about expanding and growing the audience to everything that was created this year. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but 2021, the tentative idea is for Brant and I to get into some conventions.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to actually do some conventions together. And it's hard because, I'm way down in the South and Chris is way up on the East Coast. And even when I was in Kentucky, it was still pretty far away from New York. But it was hard to get together. So I would love it. It would be fun to just set up at a con together and interact with our readers and all that stuff. I think it would be a blast.
Oh, I think it would be absolutely.
Yeah, because Chris and I, we have actually. Oh, cool.
Finish your thought. I just wanted to put up there so let him know I saw it.
Yeah, actually, Chris and I have actually never met in person. We've been friends for so many years now, and we were best friends. We talk almost every day, and we've never actually met in person. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully next year we actually will. But
hopefully next year is the beginning of actually seeing each other in person more. The start of it.
So DNGN asked, do you have a logo in mind for Shooting Star, or is that still in the works?
That is not in the works. You want me to click it, or you want to click it?
Oh, go ahead. If you have it, go ahead and click it. Yeah, there you go.
I did, Brant. I did have an idea of a logo in mind, and Brant actually threw that together. That is going to be the logo on the website. That is a logo I'm working on in shirts. and in future, and there, as a matter of fact, that is the logo you're going to have. I don't know if I have it on do I? Is this it? Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, it's on the book. Yeah.
There you go. That's the that's the old Shooting Star.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah, that's the tentative one. But it will be this logo on the comic. This is the Shooting Star Universe logo.
Let me see if I can find the cover with the new one on it real quick. It should be in here.
But hello, DNGM, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I see I have 3 viewers, or we have 3 viewers. We're streaming right now on my channel, Dark Avenger C86, and Brant's Facebook channel. We did this earlier on in the campaign as well. This is our way of kind of celebrating, again, the final hour of Celestial Falcon. And once we're done, we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time. And then it's on to... there we go.
No, that was still the old one. Hold on. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Let's see.
Brant's trying to find the cover. Because that was the logo that you just saw on that cover. That was the tentative one. And then I kind of explained to him how I had the idea for the shooting star to actually be like going halfway around to fully around the logo. And that's how we got it.
Yeah. Maybe I haven't actually mocked that one up yet.
Thank you, DN.
Yeah. I'm not sure that I actually mocked that one up yet. So sorry about that. I thought I had it already.
It will be on the cover. Is it on any of the variants, maybe?
Maybe. Hold on, I may have found it. Let's see. Is that it? No, that's the really old one.
Yeah, that's a really old one. That's a 529 Studio. We are keeping 529, though. We are considering and calling Celestial's Universe the 529U. Now, DN says, like the old DC bullet. I'm going to say yes, but my Shooting Star Universe, I had the idea for the Shooting Star Universe logo back before I changed the title to Shooting Star Universe. Back before that, when I originally was calling my imprint Shooting Star Press, and that's years ago. And that was before DC did the Shooting Star around DC as well. Yeah. That was back when DC, it was just DC with the 4 stars around it. Right. When DC made that logo, I kind of got a little upset because I was like, that's what I wanted to do. And that's why Brant made the star more unique, I feel, for the Shooting Star Universe logo. And also DC Comics, Lord knows, we've been through many appealing logos since then. And I'm glad that we're not at least in that logo for DC anymore. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can kind of say it was like DC's old bullet logo because they did publicly do theirs before mine, but mine didn't come from that. I had that in mind for years.
Yeah. And if you want to see like the full spelled out logo, just go to shootingstaruniverse.com. It's right at the top of that website. But yeah, no, I don't think I've actually put it on the mock-up of the actual cover. It will be on the cover that goes to print, though, so don't worry about that.
And the awesome thing is I did keep Shooting Star Presses as the newsletter title. So you will still see Shooting Star Presses, which is going to also be the newspaper that's in the Celeste or the 529 universe. So it's kind of cool to kind of bring a little bit of the old original logo or the old original imprint or self-print. I'm losing myself here. my old idea for my imprint, my old title in and kind of twisting it around and fitting it not only as a newsletter title, but as a newspaper for the Celestial Universe.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, it's always cool to add those little touches in, and there's other little touches that we have planned just to kind of pepper throughout the story that kind of pay tribute to our friends and different things. I came up with some ideas. Lisa came up with, I think Chris did as well. And you'll see those, and eventually we'll like explain them or point them out. But it might just be fun for little Easter eggs for people in the know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
There actually is an Easter egg in issue number 1.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I think you told me about it before, and I don't remember what it is right now.
You told me about it.
Oh, I told you about it. Okay.
Yeah, it's the one. Hold on, I'm gonna privately message because I don't want anybody to see it. I mean, I want you to look and find it yourself.
Yeah, as soon as you say it, I'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, that." Oh yeah, that.
That was one. There were
Yeah.
other small things, but that was like
Yes.
major.
Yeah, that was a really cool one, especially considering where some of the inspiration comes from. And I'll just leave that at that.
Mm-hmm. So I would keep your eyes wide open. I mean, if you are subscribed to the Last Ember Press newsletter, or if you subscribe to the Shooting Star Press's newsletter, you will get the base, this beautiful book right here, the base Celestial Falcon story, and you can start looking for those Easter eggs early.
Yep.
But I don't. We'll have maybe something in the deluxe edition. Those 4 pages. Maybe we'll have something in the background. I'm not sure yet if something will be put in post. After we're done.
Yeah, maybe we could figure out something to pop in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So still stuff to look forward to. This has been, like I said, it's been an amazing journey. But now I talked about my 2019. Brant, you've had several successful Kickstarters this year. So how would you say? I mean, we are in November. I mean, we only have another month to go, and you and I are going to jump into one of these 2 new major projects, one of my endeavors, starting very soon. And then I'm sure you will be involved, not as much in the second one, but you will have a part you play in the second one. That's kind of ironic. I say it like that, a part you play.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're going to be a part of one majorly and the other one minorly. And what would you think about? What would you say 2019 has been for you? Would you say you've? I know you set a goal for yourself at the beginning of the year because we kind of did it at the same time. Would you say that A, you've reached it? B, how would you rank 2019 in your eyes so far? And what are you thinking about for 2020?
Oh man, that's a lot.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
just taking everything I just did and now turning it to you.
Yeah. No, I think ultimately I look at 2019 as a successful year. I've had a lot of curveballs thrown at me this year, so it's like I didn't quite do everything that I wanted to accomplish this year. But I feel like the stuff that we did do, we went above and beyond with it, and I'm really pleased with the way things turned out, especially with our Kickstarters. Willow Mist did extremely well. That was a very very pleasant surprise for us, and we're really happy about that. And it kind of led us to some other things. Chris kind of teased the stuff that we're getting into 2020, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, and with this campaign, the last time we did this, it was like, okay, what do we do? But instead of, kind of giving up or kind of just stepping back and trying to figure out, we immediately just said, okay, how can we fix this and do it better? And that's exactly what we did. We took advice, we tweaked things, we came back, and all of you were gracious enough to help us get there this time. And so it's been really good. And as for me personally, my goal at the beginning of this year, my word, and it's actually hanging on my wall right there, is focus. And that was a problem that I was having. I felt like I was pulled in so many different directions, and I was trying to hone in on a direction. And through the help of my mastermind, through the help of Lisa and Chris and various other factors, I was able to really pin down what I really wanted to do. And ultimately, I want to be a writer. I want to be known as a writer, and that's kind of what I've, focused on. And I really got back into my writing, and I put myself on a schedule, and so far I've stuck with it for the most part. And so I feel like I've gotten back on track with that. And so 2019's been good for me. Live your dreams, JD says. Yeah, absolutely. That's the only way to be. That's the way I am. That's the way I've always been. Even when logical me and me that wanted to please other people when I was younger, I fought it. It's still the place that I gravitated towards, is to follow and live my dreams. It's just that's ingrained in me, and it's something that's who I am. I just have to be that way, or I'm not happy. And that was the first part of it. What was the other two parts?
And hello, JD. Looking towards 20. We do have a question from DNGM, but we're going to finish this first.
Yeah.
Looking towards 2020, and you already talked about 2019, so I'm basically looking towards 2020. I kind of mentioned about your successful other Kickstarters. I mean, if you want to touch on those,
yeah. I mean, I did mention Willow Mist, so that one went really well. I'm trying to remember what the other campaign we did this year was.
Was it Pneumatic Cases at the beginning of the year?
Was it Pneumatic or was it Little Ember? I can't remember which one it was.
Little Ember, Fireside Tales, Willow Mist are the three that are hitting me right now.
Yeah. Whichever one it was successful. So we're thrilled with the success we've had on Kickstarter. It's hard to keep track of all of them at this point. Even though there's been a lot of space in between them, it's like, okay, which one did I do last? We've had tremendous success since we came to Kickstarter with the last Ember. That was the first one we did. We've had a lot of success on the platform, and it's thanks to all of you for all the support you've given us. It's been tremendous, and we've been blessed, and we're very grateful for all that. And Willow Mist, it's like I said, it shocked us. It surprised us how well that was received and how well it's done. We actually got a tweet from one of our backers, Stony Williams, tweeted out pictures of his daughter getting the book and getting really excited about receiving the book. And it was just like, I immediately replied and I was like, that made our day. That's the kind of stuff you'd love to see. I remember a few years ago, Lisa and I went to a convention, and I think it was Fairy Stories, which is what Willow Mist is. It's the same book. It's kind of funny. A little girl bought that book, and she was just thrilled with it. And we took a picture with her, and that's like a picture that I cherish because it was just like, seeing a fan just that excited about your work. I don't care what age they are. It's just it sends me over the moon. As far as 2020 goes, Chris kind of teased it a little bit. We are getting into the gaming space. 30 minutes left to back Celestial Falcon. Yeah. 30 minutes.
I just wanted to share it.
Yeah, absolutely. 30 minutes, man. Whew. So we're getting into the gaming space, tabletop gaming specifically. Card games really specifically at first. We are going to branch out from there, but the first thing we're going to do is a card game, and we'll be announcing more about that in the weeks to come. We were going to launch it actually right after this one, but we decided to take our time with it. We had some other stuff come up in our personal lives and different things that we just decided we're going to take our time with it, make sure it's, absolutely exactly what we want, and then we'll launch early 2020 with that. So that's how we're going to lead off 2020 is get into the games, and that's going to be a bulk of our year is just continuing with our series that we have right now, and then branching out into the game stuff.
Awesome. Now, GN actually asks, do you have any plans to sell Celestial Falcon at cons? If so, are there any you can name and get conventions? We do. Any convention we go to, of course, we plan to bring all the books from Last Number Press and Shooting Star Universe. Currently, I don't have any conventions that I'm slated for. Beginning of the year is when I'm expecting the birth of my second child. So 2020 is going to be a very busy year. While it is growing the audience to all the stuff I've created, it's also welcoming in a new life into my family life. So I don't have any conventions. I can't name any, but there are a lot of conventions. I can name ones I'd love to do. New York and San Diego being, the highest, number 1 and 2, literally in that order. I would love to do C2E2 one year. I would love to do, there's one in Long Island that is, I know Cat goes to every year, Cat Comic Uno. There's a convention in Brooklyn that goes on every year. I'd love to get involved in that.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, no, you're good. And then there's one that Brant went to in Texas that I'd love to do. I'd love to do WonderCon one year in Florida. Honestly, I think for me, especially because of traveling and family and obligations, I would probably be more on the East Coast when I start convention my convention. I don't, what do they call it? Like the convention
circuit.
He's in circuit, yeah. But my goal is to definitely at some point be at all the major ones, and then also be around some of the minor ones and the smaller ones throughout the United States at some point. And like Brant said, for us to do it together, honestly, would be ideal.
Yeah. As for me, yeah, I was going to answer that as soon as I answered this.
Yeah, you first, definitely.
Yeah. As for me, we don't have any planned at the moment. We kind of took 2019 off on cons, and we've got a lot of stuff going on right now that we haven't scheduled any for 2020 yet. Like Chris, where he's probably going to stay most on the East Coast. We're in Texas. Yeah, for now. We're in Texas, so we're recently we've mainly hit like the Texas cons and Louisiana, and we almost did one in Oklahoma. So that kind of area for us is kind of where we're leaning towards right now. We're really close to Louisiana. Like Louisiana is like an hour and a half away from us. So sometimes we go over to Shreveport and Bossier City and do stuff over there. Austin, San Antonio, Houston. We've done Comic Palooza in the past. We've done Alamo City.
I love Comic Palooza. Just to put that on the comic like a variant. It's the Comic Palooza variant.
Yeah. Alamo City we loved, but it looks like it's not coming back. So that's kind of sad for us. That was like our favorite con in San Antonio. But there is another one there now. So who knows? We might do that one next year. So just stay tuned to Last Number Press's social media and our social media and our website for
the newsletter.
And the newsletter. And the newsletter. Yes. Which you can subscribe from lastnumberpress.com.
Same thing with Shooting Star Universe.
Yes.
And now to answer JD's question, we are $76 away currently from reaching our first stretch goal.
Yes.
We are at $1,724. If we get another $76, we will reach our postcard stretch goal.
There you go.
And then Dan, thank you so much. Congrats again on child number 2 and the Kickstarter. That's a shooting star.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you for
Dan. Dan actually left a comment earlier. He loves the selfie postcard, as we were just talking about it. And you know what? I can actually show that.
And while you're grabbing it, Deanne also says congrats on new child, Chris. I'm sure you'll sleep again eventually. I never sleep. I never sleep. I'm still awake because of child number 1. So I don't need sleep anyway. I'm always.
So here is the it's if you can take that comment off for me.
Yeah, there we go.
And I thought it would fill the screen, but Lisa actually colored. She actually inked, flatted, and colored this live on the Chris and Brant show last night, and it looks amazing. Lucas, the series artist Lucas Santos, he did the pencils. But yeah, she did all that live last night. So that is the selfie postcard that if we get to 1,800, all physical level backers will get that.
And I really hope we do, because I love that postcard. I love that picture, and I really want to get it into the hands of everyone who's backed this Kickstarter, because it's been amazing. We have 81 backers. We are at 23 minutes left to go. We are still at the same. We're 76 away. But, man, it's been a fun ride. I enjoyed it. I truly have enjoyed this, and I'm more excited next year now to get back into this and get back into talking about issue number 2, because issue number 2 is going to be that's going to be a ride. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about issue 2, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to the breather of all the promotion. It is so much work doing all this promotion, man. It's Kickstarters take it out of you. It's if you've never run one, it's a lot of work. Tommy Never Sleeps. Now add Disney Plus to that. GG.
Oh man, I'll tell you, Disney Plus.
Good segue.
Segue. Disney Plus has been my favorite streaming service app. I mean, I was on during the day while I'm working around the house. I have someone's Twitch stream up just to have like some noise in the background. And I was on somebody's stream and they were talking Disney Plus, and of course I shared a little bit of my thoughts on Disney Plus. It's my favorite streaming service app. I mean, I have Netflix. We have the WWE network. Everybody can get Hulu. Nobody talks about Hulu. No offense, sorry Hulu, but nobody really talks about you. DC Universe, and I'm sorry. I mean, the only thing on Hulu that I love watching, and I'll give it right here, is X-Files. Everybody knows I love X-Files, so there's that.
I love Hulu, but go ahead.
Okay, Brant loves Hulu. See, there you go. Brant loves you. Out of the two of us, I'm sorry, Hulu. You're last on my list.
Right now, Hulu is our cable. Basically, we have Hulu Live.
Okay.
And I watch almost like all the regular like weekly stuff. I watch on Hulu. Like what a Hulu. Yeah. I mean, like, not to cut you off, and I'll let you continue, but yeah, all the sitcoms that we watch, like Good Place and Superstore and stuff, we watch that on Hulu. I'm now watching the wrestling and stuff on Hulu. Pretty much everything. Fox shows.
Well, speaking of that, would you consider like the TNT app and now we have Disney Plus, but before that it was Disney Disney on demand. Would you consider apps like that, like Nickelodeon? Would you consider those streaming apps? Because I don't, because you have to have cable in order to have access to those streaming apps.
Not all of them you don't. Like CBS, you can pay I think it's $5 or $6 to access theirs. I do want to answer this. DNGN says Hulu makes Raw almost watchable. If you're watching the truncated version that regular Hulu does, yeah, it cuts it down to about an hour and a half. With Hulu Live, it's basically DVR. So I actually watched the live or the 3-hour version still. But yeah, the truncated version, it cuts out a lot of the backstage stuff and obviously all the commercials. But what was I saying?
We were talking Hulu, and then
the streaming services. Yeah, CBS I know you can get without having cable.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, yeah, you got to log in with like your DirecTV or whatever. So they're more like add-ons, I would consider them, than streaming services. The ones that can work independently, I think NBC's works independently as well. I don't think you even have to pay for that one.
I don't know. I just know my AMC, TNT, Nickelodeon. I don't need Disney on demand anymore. There was another. I'm forgetting a channel. I know I am. I think there's a Cartoon Network one as well. I could be wrong. But yeah, okay. So you don't. So those are you would consider more add-ons.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So Disney Plus, as far as the exclusive streaming services, has been amazing. And every time I go on the app, I find something else to bookmark. I mean, yesterday we got Return to Oz. I was like, holy moly, I don't believe they put that in there. And through that, I actually found Escape to Witch Mountain, the original. And then the second movie that wasn't as good as the first one, but I still enjoyed it. So it's just every time I go on the app, I find something else.
Just going off that topic, did you like the remake with The Rock?
No, I didn't watch it.
I didn't
watch it. I didn't watch it. I wouldn't know.
I
think it's going to be on there. Is it? Is it on there?
I don't know. I haven't looked for that yet.
I know the two originals are. I didn't see. Yeah. Maybe he's under contract right now because of Netflix. I think it is on Netflix.
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
I think it is.
I did see the originals on there. I thought that was cool. They've got a lot of that old classic stuff on there. I love those movies. I used to watch them all the time when I was a kid. Alan, but seriously, why would you? Okay.
Obviously, Sex Addict on TV. Kids watch that.
What are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, I see what.
All Raw. Oh, that. Okay, you're talking about the wrestling stuff. Okay. Well, it's because they're slowly transitioning out of the PG era. That's why. It's
on their Disney Plus.
Okay, I'm totally confused where Alan.
Now I think that he means The Rock with Witch Mountain. Because, yeah, we're kind of a little – I think there's a 10-second delay while we're live. Alan, do you mean The Rock's Escape from Witch Mountain is on Disney+? But I still have to watch Mandalorian. I don't know. Did the second episode go live today, by the way?
Yes, it is up there. So is the second episode of The World According to Jeff Goldblum, by the way. So Chris is going to go watch Jeff Goldblum after.
I just might for a half hour. What's the theme for the second episode?
Ice cream.
Ice cream? Oh,
yes.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one to watch. So I have two shows now I'm going to watch. But I did some research, actually, because – huh? What'd you say? Sorry?
I think my internet went out for a second. Sorry.
Okay, you're okay now?
I think so.
Okay.
If you can hear me, I'm okay.
Okay, I can hear you. Don't scare me. The worst storyline transition. That's the worst.
The yes, Russo thing? Yeah.
Mountain. It is. That's what he meant.
Yes. Okay.
And yet you
we were confused.
Yeah, and yes, you are hiccuping a bit, and I think now I gotta take a bit more of a pause because there is a bit more of a So I did some research because today, and I'm sure Alan got the game, Jedi Fallen Order came out for the Xbox, PlayStation, and I was curious if it was in storyline because I don't remember. I know it was discussed. So after finding out that Jedi Fallen Order actually takes place right a couple of years after Revenge of the Sith, which is the third Star Wars movie, I decided, well, what about Mandalorian? So I found out Mandalorian actually takes place right after. There's only 15 minutes to go, everyone, by the way. Mandalorian takes place right after the sixth movie, and it actually has the origins or the beginning of the First Order, which comes out years later. And I like how I did a little bit of research in the articles, and I like how one of the producers was saying, they defeated the Empire, but Mandalorian shows how they didn't exactly deal with it well enough because, again, years later, they're back in hot water, the galaxies, with now the First Order coming in and kind of pulling a empire once again.
Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love that they're setting it there. I'm curious because I haven't watched it yet either. We were saving. We knew the second episode was coming out today, so we were saving it for the weekend. We're going to watch it tomorrow. I'm curious if they're ever going to show his face because Lisa doesn't think they're ever going to show his face.
I don't think they will because during the Clone Wars they admitted that all the stormtroopers and clone troopers and Boba Fett's and whatnot all are the same actor, so they'd have to get that actor to come in to do it, and this is a live action, so I think it would be a cool twist though if it's not him.
Yeah. Oh, I completely agree, and I hope that's like something that they reveal later on. I think that would be cool.
That would be cool. I will admit that would be, and I've got to get into the first episode, and now I've got the second episode, and I'm laughing because Alan was saying he did get it for the PS4, and DNGN he was just playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. See, now EA did a good job with this game so far. It's getting positive reviews. I'm gonna bite my tongue, and I'm not gonna say the M word because they'll throw it in anyway. But this is a single player game. It's not a live service video game. It's not multiplayer. It's literally you start the game. It's a story. You play from beginning to end. I'm sure there'll be a new game plus. This is kind of what and Brant, again, I know you're into we're on the same level as far as gaming. I get a bit more games than you do, but we've talked about this before where the single player games, we haven't gotten a lot of those. We got a lot more live service, a lot more multiplayer. It's a breath of fresh air when you get those single player campaigns. Open worlds are nice, but ones that are more and Last Order, Jedi Fallen Order actually is pretty open world, but the story itself has a beginning, middle, and ending. And then, I'm sure there's a new game plus, like I said. Then you might like to hear this, Brant. It's basically Uncharted with Star Wars skin.
Oh yeah, that I mean, I love Uncharted, so that's like right up my alley right there.
And episode 2 of Mandalorian was amazing, Alan says.
Nice.
And then he's also saying, just going to say a certain species is freaky as fuck.
Okay.
So, not bad, though, because I like the story. Exactly. And like I was saying, Brent, I mean, I'm sure you could agree it's a nice breath of fresh air that we're getting more single-player stories now again, where it's not focused on the live service or the microtransactions. Yes, I'll say the M word, or, multiplayer or versus or battle royale, where just literally it's about the story.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of stuff that I like. I can get more engrossed with those than the multiplayer. That's just not my personal taste. I like to get invested in the story and just kind of play through it personally.
You're gonna die, but the actor who plays the main character you play in the Star Wars game, Cal, is actually the actor who played Joker in Gotham.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So it's hard to look at him. Well, it's easy to kind of, I didn't watch Gotham, so for me, it's easy to just forget all those little clips and snippets of him as Joker. But yeah. I'm sure anyone who watched, Gotham from beginning to end, it's a little hard to see him, as a Jedi.
Yeah, definitely. I stopped Gotham somewhere, but I did see that character for a few episodes, so I do know exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird.
Good news is I never did, so I don't have to worry. I do not have to worry. And we are now 10 minutes away. Wow. We are at 81 backers, still 76 away from that first stretch goal. Oh, he's also Ian from Shameless to DNGN. Okay. I've never watched Shameless.
I've watched like 2 episodes of Shameless, and yeah.
He's Ian. So if you know who Ian is, that's who he is.
There you go. That's cool.
So I don't know about you, Brant, but you need to get this game now because obviously, oh, cool! You added the Shooting Star Universe logo. I love it.
There we go. Yeah, I was working on that. Sorry, that's why I was a little distracted.
What you were focusing on.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. So I talked a bit about games. Pokemon Sword and Shield came out also. We got to get Brant to Switch.
You know that you're more of a Pokemon guy than I am.
Oh, I know, but you still need a Switch for Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers and Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Link's Awakening, both.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get Link's Awakening for Christmas. That's the one game I didn't get this year for the Switch that I half regret, but I don't.
Yeah. Switch is eventually.
It's okay. Again, it's one of those things. It's a portable system, but at the same time, I can dock it and still play it on my TV. So yeah. I like it more than a 3DS, for example.
Yeah. You know me, I'm late to the party with video games. I love playing video games. It's just, it's a lower priority for me, unfortunately.
Right. Absolutely understandable. Definitely.
So, but I do enjoy it. Like I said, I've been playing the heck out of Uncharted. In the past few weeks, I've beaten 2 and 3, and now I'm halfway through 4. So, this time of year, I get like bitten by the gaming bug, and I just start playing everything. Not going to spoil anything, but you get storylines on Kashyyyk and Dathomir early on in the game. Cool. Sweet.
So you're almost done with Uncharted.
Yeah. Now I wish they would make a new.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish yours.
What'd you say?
It's good because there's probably going to be a new Uncharted coming out when PS5 hits.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, I don't have to wait for like 4 years before I get one.
Maybe it'll come packaged together.
Maybe.
I did watch Outer Space on the Disney Plus. I never saw that one.
Oh, you never saw that one? Yeah, I saw that when I was a kid.
Never saw that, but now I'm going to put that on my radar also. There's too many things on the Disney. That, again, goes back to it's just an amazing app. It's just a beautiful and amazing app.
Yeah, I think they've got some bugs to work out still, like we talked about last night on categorizing stuff. And they won't tell you like the runtime of anything until you click into it and actually start playing it.
One person also argued it'd be nice if they bookmarked what you're watching and where you stop that, like Netflix.
Yeah. Lisa and I actually said the same thing. The first thing we were watching is like we went back into it to see if it would start us where we left off, and it actually starts you in the middle of an episode that you left, but it doesn't tell you that it's going to do that. It doesn't like put it at the top of the screen or recently watched or anything like that. Yeah, they need that.
It did it for me and Jeff Goldblum, but it didn't do it for me when I watched it was either Spider-Man or Treehouse of Horror. It didn't work. It started the episode over again, so I guess it's still finicky.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. Yes. You can upgrade all the way through until the end of the Kickstarter, which we are 6 minutes away from finishing this Kickstarter. But yes, JD, you're allowed to upgrade and downgrade all the way through until.
But don't do that.
No, don't do that, please. But you can.
I mean, if you need to, if you want to, go ahead.
Of course. But you can change your pledge all the way up until the completion. Once the Kickstarter is over, though, you can no longer change it. So, if you were to change it, you have 6 minutes to do so.
Yeah, I keep watching because I've got a banner ready to go for 5 minutes. Uncharted movie too. Are you saying there should be one or there is one?
There was that short at San Diego with Nathan Fillion. And I love Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake. We need a movie of that.
Honestly, the first time I saw Nathan Drake, I was like, they modeled this guy after Nathan Fillion.
Oh, definitely. 100% agree with you.
The delay has gotten worse.
1.
2.
Not that bad. No.
Okay.
It fixed itself.
It's going to star Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Okay.
Boo. Not because I hate him. I like Tom Holland, but I want Nathan Fillion.
Which one's going to be Nathan Drake? Because Mark Wahlberg's too old.
So it's going to be Tom Holland, and Mark Wahlberg will be Sully.
That's weird.
It's the movies.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, but 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go now. Crazy.
Oh, no, it's casting.
Oh, it's casting. Okay, so those are people in contention for it. Gotcha. Either that or that's who Alan wants to play. I don't know. Either way, I would love to see that, especially if they're faithful. Like the latest Tomb Raider movie, I thought was super faithful to the game franchise. Oh, yes. If they could do that with Uncharted, I would be there. 90% odds Mark Wahlberg is going to keep staring at the camera confused.
I could see that. But somebody looks confused half the time, too. So
yeah, exactly.
Nathan, what are you doing?
That's his whole thing, yeah. Exactly. Or that doe-eyed, like in The Happening. Anybody that's seen M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, he's like a really nice school teacher, and he's just surprised by everything. And what's going on? Yeah.
I grew up with the teacher that had no personality and was like, wow.
You want to hear a teacher story?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I had a teacher in second grade. His name was Mr. Budge. It's a
transformer.
Oh, gotcha. His name was Mr. Budge, and one time I was at Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
He always looks like he just got a script he never agreed to. And I ran into him, and I walked up to him. I was like, and this was like a couple years later. I was in like 4th or 5th grade at the time, and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Budge," and he looked at me like, "Oh my God, one of my students is here. I got to hide." He was just like,
"Where do I go?"
Hi. What? Yeah, it was like, what do you expect? There's one Chuck E. Cheese in the entire city, and I'm a kid, But yeah, so it was weird. Usually,
cheese is everywhere here.
Well, then we had one. We probably have more now there, but yeah, we had one. But it was just weird. It was a weird interaction. He just looked mortified that he ran into me. He was like, "Oh, I gotta go back to my table. See ya." Okay, thanks, Mr. Butch.
You had the teacher from Ferris Bueller, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
That's hilarious.
2 more minutes at the edge of my seat. The massive talent. Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage always plays Nicolas Cage, even when he's not supposed to be playing Nicolas Cage.
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing for Samuel L. Jackson.
But Samuel L. Jackson does it better. He does. Everybody loves Samuel. Well, no. A lot of people like Nicolas Cage, too. I mean, I did like Nicolas Cage. I wouldn't want him to be Superman, but, I mean, there's that.
Nicolas Cage was a topic that I wasn't allowed to talk about on my own podcast for years.
Wow.
The teacher was Ben Stein. Yeah. Red eyes, dry eye. That guy.
I love that. I mean, I tried doing that for Brooklyn Boys when we first started out. It never happened.
Yeah.
Never.
80 seconds.
80 seconds. So, JD, you asked about that upgrade. You have 80 seconds to be doing it.
Terrible.
Well, he asked. I'm just making.
I know. So, anybody out there that wants to back it, you got like a minute. So, this is your last chance to support Celestial Falcon on Kickstarter. Seriously, though, that is a Nick Cage movie in the works. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, under a minute now, people.
Under 1 minute remaining.
Celestial Falcon Deluxe Edition, extra content, variant covers, Celestial Crate, all kinds of cool stuff.
And it's fun. It's done and it's funded. So this is all about stretch goals.
All about stretch goals. All about getting you that postcard that looks so cool. The
That's up to you, Deanne. I mean, why did you wait till the last 43 seconds? Wow, they do it. I gotta show it. I gotta screen share it because it's just so cool. I never noticed that before.
Oh, you never noticed it's actually counting it down?
I was never on a Kickstarter until the end.
Yeah.
It literally counts down.
Yeah. You're a little behind because I'm at 10 seconds now.
You hush. If I have an extra 10 seconds, I'm gonna
5, 4, 3.
No, I'm at 18. You hush. You go by. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, I told you were delayed.
Fireworks!
You never saw that?
No, I never saw that.
So there you go. That's what happens when you fund a Kickstarter. So congrats to us. Thank you, everybody. $1,724. That is $224 over goal.
So we made my goal, which was to go beyond.
Yes.
The goal.
Yeah, exactly. So even though we didn't make our stretch goal, that is cool. We were funded, and it was an amazing campaign, and we are so thankful, so grateful. Chris has opened the bubbly.
I have open a little bit of the bubbly.
I have sweet tea, but you can pretend like it's beer if you want.
This isn't alcohol. I am going to.
I know.
I'm going to break the kayfabe for a moment. This is just sparkling cider. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Beautiful bottle, though.
Yeah, it is a beautiful bottle. I forgot to pick up any. I was going to do it too, and I totally forgot. Is it good?
Oh, God. Yeah, actually it is.
Did you get the good one, the white grape one? Or?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you couldn't see.
Oh, sparkling white grape. There you go. Wonder if it's tears instead of confetti if the Kickstarter fails.
It's tears of joy. We were funded.
Yeah. No, I think he means the fireworks. If it becomes tears, if it fails. That would be hilarious.
That would be sad.
It would be sad, but kind of funny too.
We did it. It was a awesome, very long. How many days did we have for this Kickstarter when we started?
I'm wanting to say it was like 23 or 24, 25 maybe.
It's 25.
What date did we launch it on?
I don't know. I just had the end date because we launched it and I got rid of the start date. It was October
21st.
I think so.
That's 1, 2, 3. So that's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, 25 days.
25 days. This has been an amazing 25 days. It's over. The campaigning is over. Now we send the book to print. We send the extras to print, and then we get it out to everyone who backed the Kickstarter, and that's amazing. And now my focus goes on to the 2 new major projects, which everybody will be seeing soon. Brant gets a breather before his next Kickstarter.
Yes.
And he doesn't get a breather from the projects, though, because, like I said, he has a major role in one and a minor role in the other. And
and fulfillment. I mean, I can do all that. So.
And he has to do the fulfill. Well, Brant and I both have to work on those book. I'm sure we have a couple of book plates we have to sign.
Oh yeah. We definitely have book plates to sign.
So
that's going to take a little extra time because we gotta ship them to Chris. He's got to ship them back to me, and I got to sign them too, and then. They're
gonna come to me first. I'm gonna sign, and then I'm gonna ship it over to Brant. He's gonna sign it, put it in the book. All the books are gonna be coming from Brant's office, Brant and Lisa's office.
Yeah. So lots of work still to do, but the campaigning work, like Chris said, is done, and we can sit back and celebrate like Chris is with his arms all stretched out. I made it.
Hey, I have a futon now. I can actually sit back and enjoy it.
That's cool.
It's different than when I had a bed here. I had nothing to support my back. I was dying, becoming the hunchback of Notre Dame. You know.
I don't know how you did it for all those years too. I don't know how you did it.
I still don't, because now that I have this, it's like.
You're like, why didn't I scoot back and lean against the wall?
I tried that. I was too far from the mic, and I was too far from. I wasn't able. I still can't see chat right now, but I haven't seen anything new pop up. I don't think. No, nothing new's popped up. But we did it.
Yeah,
we're funded. I want to thank everyone who's involved, whether you are part of the team that made the book, or part of the 81 people that backed the book.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of it. Without all of that, we would not be here right now. Celestial Falcon wouldn't exist right now. And for me, like I said, it's off to getting ready for issue number 2 next year for Brant. It's all about being ready to still go flawless. Brant has been flawless on the Kickstarter run, knockwood. You've been flawless.
Yeah.
So may that streak continue for many, 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 many more years. And I will be sharing out starting tomorrow. I decided to wait on the newsletter. Now that the Kickstarter is over, I'll be focusing on shootingstaruniverse.com. I'll be focusing on some videos for YouTube. I'll be focusing on the 2 major projects, which are both on YouTube. And I will be working on the newsletter. So you can look forward to a lot of stuff now that I am not campaigning, now that Brant's not campaigning. Look forward to a lot of really awesome stuff coming very, very soon.
Yeah.
Now, I am very, very tired. Mike T, congratulations. Oh,
sorry.
Thank you so much, Mike. And again, Mike T, the only backer that backed the Kickstarter on the what's the name of the level now? Get yourself put in the book.
Become a character, I think.
Become a character. And it's because of Mike T's pledge that day that we reached funding and have just been continuing to move forward ever since. So thank you, Mike T, for your awesome donation, for getting us to our goal, and then, of course, starting us on the road to being beyond funded. And look forward to Mike T's character in the future as well.
Yeah, and thank you to all the other backers. I'm excited. I can't wait to see. Hopefully, the people that are getting the crate will take pictures or open it up. I'd love to see that.
I would too. Well, if I know I think I get a proof of one, so I'll probably do it for my channel anyway, just to show an unboxing.
Yeah, but I mean, of course that. But I would love just to see the reaction.
Oh, the reaction to everybody else, right? Because I know what's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. To see what's in it and just kind of show it off. It'd be cool to share that. So hopefully we'll get to do that.
I do have a question that I was asked, and I didn't get it. Nobody asked it here, so I'm going to ask you, Brant, as you'll probably be jumping into the convention scene a little bit before me. Will the Celestial crate and or Willow Mist crate be at conventions? Will they be on the tables?
That is a very good question, and a question I do not have the answer to right now.
Okay, I didn't have the answer to either. So we're at least on the same page because I had no clue either.
I mean, we were operating under the assumption that we were going to keep these exclusive for the Kickstarters, but or in our shop, we are working on our own online shop that's not going to be through Etsy or anything like that. So we may put them up there, and if we do put them up there, there's a chance we may have them at conventions too. So just stay tuned to the website and social media and stuff, and I can answer that later.
Second question: will, and if so, when will Celestial Falcons Deluxe Edition issue number 1 be on the shop? Will it, and if so, when?
It will launch with the shop. So when the shop goes up, it'll be in the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be after we ship them out, theoretically. If we haven't shipped them out yet, then they may not go up with launch. But as soon as we ship them out to backers, because the backers are going to get them first.
Of course.
As soon as the backers get them, then they will go up in the shop. I'll put it like that.
So basically, the deluxe edition is going to launch after we send out the Kickstarter ones on the new exclusive Last Ember Press shop.
Yes.
How about a live read? No. No.
Chris will play the part of Sammy.
Oh, yes. I've always wanted to. Yep. Bikinis and all. Here we go again.
We'll have to get Lisa to help us out with that if we're going to do a live read.
You're going to make Lisa wear a bikini while we're doing a live read. Why would you do that? I just said bikini, and you're like, literally, the word.
I meant the voice of the girl. Get your mind out.
My mind. I literally said bikini, and then 2 seconds.
I was not thinking about bikini. I was thinking about the voice of a girl because my voice is way too deep to try to do a girl's voice. It doesn't work. My voice
is nowhere. I mean, we could get that guy from Private Party who screams like a girl. I mean, maybe.
I can't even get up that high.
He has to stop doing that, like, really soon. He needs to stop that.
Speaking of which, any wrestling fans out there watching this, we will have finally episode of Aftershock tomorrow talking about AEW. We're sorry about it being late. The Kickstarter and other stuff, they put us behind a little bit.
The most important thing was getting the Kickstarter, finished, and that's why this being the last 2 days, we decided to push Aftershock to Saturday. We will be back to a regular schedule programming now that the Kickstarter is over. If you're watching this on Dark Avenger Live will be coming back soon. Again, now that the Kickstarter is over, now that the campaigning is over, I'm going to get back into a norm. However, like I did mention, I do have 2 major projects I'm working on. So with that being said, I do want to have at least one in motion and the other one in its setup stage before I move forward with anything. Oh no, Bikini Boys, Brooklyn Boys replacement is coming back. No. No.
If you're watching this on my Facebook channel, if you'd like to see me do more Facebook Live stuff, let me know. I've wanted to do it, and I just haven't figured out.
I want to see more. I almost broke the glass just to say I want to see more. Wow. Non-alcoholic, huh?
That was hilarious. I've been
stupid wire.
I've been trying to figure out what I actually want to do on there. Whatever. So maybe it'll just be like shooting the breeze, talking about whatever comic I read or whatever movie I watched or whatever, that kind of thing. Or maybe it'll be LEP stuff. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments or message me or whatever, and let me know what you want, dude.
I will definitely be doing more. Careful, Chris. Jesus. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I will be doing more Facebook Live. Okay, I'm glad. I almost clicked it again. I will be doing more Facebook Live shows because that's something I will also say I took away from this Kickstarter was I found it enjoyable and fun. Now, of course, a lot of it was campaigning, talking about the book, talking about, the Kickstarter, getting to our goals. But moving away from that now, there were certain live shows I did where I literally, like Brant just said, was talking about what was going on in live, shot the breeze with a bunch of people, just talked about anything and everything, and I had a blast doing those shows. I had a blast doing all of them, but I definitely see that I can handle and do Facebook Live shows as well, if not kind of a little bit better, because they're on the fly and I don't have to worry about thumbnails and everything else. I just do the show, and then when it's over, it's over. I'll probably be doing more of those, and I might actually try out some Instagram, or IGTV, and some live streams on Instagram. I hear that those are going very well for a lot of people as well, so I might test that out also in the coming months.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I had a notification about myself. Do you find? Oh, you clicked it. Sorry.
That's okay.
Do you find that Facebook Lives to be more enjoyable than YouTube streams? In my experience, at least as far as my channel is concerned, because I have such a low audience on my YouTube channel, I get a lot more interaction from Facebook Live. And it seems like people find me a lot faster when I do Facebook Live, because it automatically gives them a notification, and most people that are in my circle are on Facebook a lot. So, yeah. But as far as YouTube, it just depends. It depends, because like when we do Comic Book Weekly, that's a fun show, and we have a lot of interaction with that one. I don't know about you, Chris, with your live shows, if they're still as interactive.
When I started my channel, I built a really strong audience, and then I had that little bit of a hiccup in the middle, and then I took a longer break, especially as we were building up Comic Frontline when we first started Frontline. So the audience I had, moved over to Frontline, and the past couple of Dark Avenger lives haven't been as strong as I'd like them to be. I'm sure with consistency, I could bring back an audience, but I will agree with you that the few things I have done on Instagram, on Facebook, have garnered more of an audience than I've got than I've had on YouTube in quite some time. And like Alan said, also now you've got the settlement that happened on YouTube, where now I made my channel, I said it's not for kids, because I don't want to fall into that category, and I don't want to have more censorship, and there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo involved. The only thing that kind of upsets me is when we started on YouTube, Mike and I actually were talking about this today, my brother Michael and I, and we were saying, when we started Brooklyn Boys, Mike T's in the comments, Mike T was younger than 12. A lot of our viewers were younger than 12. And if you would go by the standards that are set now in motion for YouTube, Mike T and several of our viewers never would have got to see our content, because we would have said it's not appropriate for kids, because we cursed. There were innuendos in a few of our skits. We did voiceovers of certain things that were not kid friendly. So Brooklyn Boys audience would have been very, very empty if we would have started Brooklyn Boys now. And again, I understand the legal stuff that's going on with YouTube with COOP or COPP. I think COPPA with the whole legal agreement. But it does hurt channels like Brooklyn Boys that cater to a little bit of both kids and adults. Granted, we weren't the nicest kids program out there. If anything, we were like the South Park of YouTube. But we brought people together. We didn't give people bad morals. We didn't teach people to do bad things. We did stupid things to each other, but we entertained and helped a lot of people get through a lot of times in their lives, and a lot of them were 11 and 10. I'm not saying we had young viewers, but people that are right on that line were watching Brooklyn Boys.
Yeah, and our friend Mike Spiderslayer from Comic Frontline, he made the comment that like he does curse on his channel occasionally, and some of the stuff that he talks about. He has a son that's under 13, and his son can't even watch his content because of the way that they're structuring. And I'm all for protecting kids from things, but I think there's a better way and a more efficient way to do it than the way that they're structuring it now, because it just seems like it's hurting everybody all the way around the way that they're doing. And that's kind of the way that YouTube's been going for the past couple of years all around with ads and monetization, and now the parental control stuff, and it's just becoming harder to I don't know, just it's becoming harder all around
for people to make a good income or make it a job anymore,
unless you're already established.
Right. Or if you get a really strong audience and move to Patreon, that's honestly the only feasible way for you to make it. But the censorship is getting so bad that what happens when you can't put content out on YouTube anymore? And Alan, I've already set Brooklyn Boys, my channel, Dark Avenger Gaming. I even set What the Card, even though we've never cursed. We've never done anything bad on that channel. I set every single channel that I am working on. I didn't touch Frontline. I think Frontline was already also edited, if I'm not mistaken. But I set all of my personal channels, or What the Card, to not kid-friendly. I don't want to take the chance that somebody will say that, oh, this is not kid-friendly, and then it gets the channel immediately shut down.
I think What the Card would have been fine, but I completely.
I didn't want to take a chance.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I found you guys in junior high. Granted that the way YouTube was back in 2007, 2008 was completely different animal. It was a lot better. I saw a South Park movie in theaters when I was 7, so I don't have any opinion. DNGN, man. I love South Park since I was a kid, so I don't blame you. I watched The Simpsons growing up, man.
I never watched. I didn't like South Park, but I found my way around things to watch content I wasn't supposed to when I was a kid.
And Alan's right. That's how much of a fine you can get if you say you're kid friendly ridiculous. And one of your videos isn't kid friendly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So I'm not taking any chances on any channel. Nothing is kid friendly. So I'm sorry to anyone watching right now, because as of January, if you are 13 and or 12 and under, you are unfortunately no longer going to be able to watch this channel or any of the other channels I do. And I'm sorry. And I hope you come back when you're 13. I hope that somehow, I don't know at this point how YouTube is going to survive. I mean, you can always come to shootingstaruniverse.com. I try to keep my content, I don't want to say censored, but I try to keep my content accessible to all ages. I don't curse as much, and I think it's Brant's fault, because Brant, before I met Brant, I said the F word almost every other sentence. So I've reformed. Outside of doing videos, not so much, but in videos, I've reformed a lot from saying the F word. I mean, every once in a while, I might, but otherwise, in videos, I don't even curse anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when in those early years, Chris, stopped saying everything for a while, and then slowly seeped back in a little bit.
Well, because as life moves on, it starts to build up, and it's like I need to.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, because it was out of respect for me, and I understood that, and it was fine. And then you got more comfortable with me, and you're like, okay, I can kind of be myself a little bit more, which is fine, because it doesn't bother me, but I do appreciate it when people respect that. So that's cool.
Yeah,
a lot of people I know are moving to Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch, and that's where I do most of my gaming right now. The only thing that I put gaming wise is previous streams. I'll archive them on YouTube. But again, Dark Avenger Gaming is not suitable for kids, so I don't have to worry. Now, no one wants to be friends with kids. I mean, that's what they did, not us. Better get that comment.
Oh, we have a comment Frontline Twitch. Yeah, we've had that for years. We just don't use it yet. That's why sites like Twitch are gaining more steam, and Mixer and other live stream stuff. YouTube served its purpose as the foundation of modern media platform. Absolutely, and
100%.
Yeah, YouTube, and not taking anything away from YouTube. YouTube was the successor to like MySpace and things like that. And YouTube blew up and became this huge thing, and it's where all of us from Frontline got our start. Not so much me. My YouTube stuff really started with Frontline, or with Dark Avenger Inc.
If you think about it, Brent, though, I mean, you're live streaming on Facebook right now.
Yeah,
you could live stream on almost any social media outlet. Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch got Periscope. So Twitch has a live streaming service now that they bought from somebody else. But Instagram has IGTV and live streaming. Facebook has live streaming. Twitch is the place to go for live streaming. And like Mike T said, Mixer is blowing up.
Yeah.
It's blowing. They got Ninja. They just got Shroud. She's a streamer that moved over from Twitch and is now exclusively on Mixer. They're blowing up. All the streaming service not apps, but what are they called? All the live streams, gaming streams, all the sites are blowing up right now. Twitch is getting a little bit less now because Mixer is really taking on a lot more. But Twitch is still a huge viable. It's like the YouTube of gaming streams. It'll never go anywhere, and they're not super rigid.
Well, I mean, the thing with Twitch is for so long they were strictly music and gaming, and you couldn't do anything else on there. And they've just opened that up in recent years. So that I think that caused a little bit of struggle for them, to expand. But now you got all kinds of content on there.
I am friendly with 2 ASMR people on Twitch. I made friends with people all across the board. So, I mean, I have ASMR people. I know JD, the Media Jack, he streams games, but he also has streamed from working in the radio station. I've watched people that live vlog on Instagram, on Twitch, and then they bring the streams over because Twitch doesn't save. That's the one downside to Twitch is they don't save streams forever. They're around for a couple of months, and then they are deleted forever. So you got to save them and put them on YouTube. So that's the only downside is they don't save the streams.
Yeah, JD disagrees with you about Mixer blowing up. He says Mixer's paying for content creators to come to them. Ninja, as a prime example, is dying on the platform.
Oh, Ninja's dying on the platform. I did not know he was dying on the platform. Wow. So. I feel bad. But Mixer, I mean, I watched the XO19 exclusively on Mixer. Oh, Mixer is blowing up. No, it's not. Okay, I didn't know that. I just said, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that. His overall viewer count across multiple platforms are down, way down. Okay, I didn't know that. I guess they're trying to build Mixer up, but it's not quite there yet because Mixer is exclusive to Xbox. By the way, Brant, I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
It's very exclusive to Xbox. Like on the Xbox, if you want to like broadcast, like if you don't have the Twitch app, broadcast only goes to Mixer. But they allow you to have the Twitch app, so that's how I stream from Xbox to Twitch. So they're open. Whereas PlayStation, it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Thank you, JD, for correcting me.
Speaking of PlayStation, I cannot access Hulu Live or DVR on PlayStation, and it sucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I guess it's because they have their own service.
Right, they do now. PlayStation View or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is View. So yeah.
And on Xbox.
Yeah. So
and Xbox has Disney Plus. I saw Mike T. I saw our good friend Bavarian and a few other people watching Disney Plus when I was playing Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, PlayStation has Disney Plus as well.
Oh, they did get it? Okay, I didn't see it on PlayStation yet.
Yeah.
Mixer's like WCW, Chris, buying all the talent but not knowing how to support them.
Yeah, that's WCW.
That definitely, yep. Mm-hmm. I'm glad he said WCW, not AEW, because I love AEW.
Yeah. AEW knows what they're doing so far.
And I don't care what any Jimmy says. Kenny Omega versus John Moxley was one of the best matches of 2019. Yeah. Period. Fight.
Jim Cornette's been out of touch for 20 years, man. Don't listen to him.
I mean, he walked around with a tennis racket when he was in touch. So, I mean.
No audience like major change, even if it's a minor inconvenience. It's still an inconvenience. That's true.
Yep. Oh, it's true. I mean, when we've done minor changes, several different places, we've noticed that change is scary. But you know what? Life is constant and change is constant. Evolution is constant. So I hate change. Look, man, I'm going to be completely honest. This room has been the same since we moved here. Already, one bed's gone and there's a futon. That bed eventually is going to go, and there's going to be a desk. And
I'm still here. Don't worry.
Well, fine. Then you could go ahead and leave while I'm talking about change. And it's
I was
different.
changing.
Oh, he's changing.
I'm
So
kidding.
change is constant, and even though it's a little bit unnerving to go from something you're comfortable in to something new, sometimes new is exciting, and that's why, as much as I would have loved to have kept this room as an office exactly the same way it's been since day one. It would have been comfortable, but now I'm actually going into something newer, and it's something cool because now I'll have more room to do more of the things I wanted to do, like getting a computer and change the shirt. Did you?
No, I didn't. It's the same shirt. I didn't change
I thought you
it.
changed. I was about to say it doesn't look any different. I'm not a fan of garbage wrestling. Like, hardcore matches are cool, but there is a line where it turns into violence for the sake of violence and blood.
Yeah, I agree. In the case of Kenny Omega and John Moxley, though, it was a feud that had been building up for months and months and months, and I think it was brutal, and it might have been a bit much for some people, but I think it was justified to kind of define who John Moxley is now.
And I think Kenny Omega was a little bit out of his element, because Kenny always is best in traditional wrestling matches. I mean, matches that have stipulations, sure, but I don't see Kenny Omega as a hardcore wrestler. Darby Allin, I do.
Yeah. And John Moxley, I mean, I guess he's always been that. My only introduction to him was as Dean Ambrose in WWE, not even in NXT or whatever. So I wasn't familiar with him from CZW and all that stuff, but I guess that's who he is.
So 3/4 of AEW's mid card is hardcore guys fighting for attention, not fighting to win.
I wouldn't say 3/4. I would say there is a distinct section of them. Your Jimmy Havoc, your Darby Allin, and people like that. But like Joey Janela is trying to prove that he's not just that, for one.
Right. He's trying to prove he can wrestle.
Yeah. And we already know that John Moxley and Kenny Omega can do either one.
Poor Kenny. I hope he gets back by next week.
Yeah. Mike T, like, I get that's what they want Moxley to be, but they have the talent not to have a 5-star traditional match. In my opinion, to have us. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And hopefully that's what we see next. I hope it's not always Yeah. I hope it's not always that with them. I hope it's like, okay, we did Moxley's and he won, so let's do Kenny's kind of match. And I feel like the reason they did Moxley's match, though, Brant, and I think we did mention this, was he wanted to do something like this with Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
So it was kind of letting him get that out of his system. I would truly love to see, like, it would be really good to get away from that and move into some traditional matches, definitely. We don't want ECW, let me put it that way. Yeah, no, absolutely. You need balance, and these kind of matches need to be special, and they need to mean something. It needs to be like a culmination or something. If you're going to go to that degree, it's got to be, oh, I really hate this guy because he's made my life miserable for the past 6 months, kind of thing. Right. We don't want everything to be hardcore. We'd rather it be more of a traditional, because then it takes away from what the brand is, you know? Yeah, and that's one thing I'll say about the current WWE is that, yes, they're a lot PG, and they are trying to change a little bit, and not talking about all the storylines and all that stuff. But one thing they do right is that they save that kind of match, those bloodier matches, those, big time feud ending kind of matches for down the line. They're special. They don't happen all the time, and they happen up at pay-per-view. Moxley likes that style, but you don't start at an 11 and then aim for a 10 next time. Yeah, that's a good point. I think AEW, like we've been saying, it's just starting. They're trying to get their footing. Yeah. I don't want to see them get the ECW footing. I would rather they get just, kind of like Ring of Honor. I love Ring of Honor. I really want to subscribe to the app, but I'm waiting to see if Marty Scurll moves over to AEW when his contract's up, or if he stays. If he ends up staying, I might actually get the app. If he moves to AEW, I'll probably end up following. I want to keep up with him in AEW. So we'll see. I want to see where the Ring of Honor people are going, because a lot of their contracts are up in another week or so. So if they keep the talent, I like the talent that they've been showing. If they lose it, then I'll probably end up just waiting on it and seeing if AEW gets an app.
Gotcha. Cool.
But we've been here now a half hour after the fact. Thank you all so much for being here while we've been celebrating our Kickstarter and the funding of it and going beyond the funding. I feel like this was a success, and the goal that I set for myself with this Kickstarter was met. Unfortunately, we didn't get to unlock any stretch goals this time, but that just leaves it wide open for when issue 2 comes out for even more stretch goals to possibly happen. Here we go. Like, I don't want Moxley to turn into McFoley. Totally agree right there. Where he throws himself off cages, goes through roofs of cages, etc. Mox is more than that, where Mick wasn't as athletically gifted, so there's all he had was shock factor. Mox has talent. What's up, Jesse?
Yeah, what's up, Jesse? Yeah, I completely agree with that too. Yeah.
But we've said, I think, Brant, you've said it multiple times, and I've said it multiple times, that he has talent, and he's proven over and over again that he is very, what's the word? He can kind of put himself in any type of match, and adapt.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that too. And I think we're going to see a lot more from him. I think, like you said, it was getting this out of his system and just kind of saying, hey, this is the depths I'm willing to go. I think Pac is their best wrestler. Never WWE had that guy all of those years.
They never pushed him.
Yeah. That when they tried.
Oh, it says new. New WWE had that guy all those years.
Never knew WWE had that guy all these years, probably.
Yeah. Neville.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Neville, it was it's the same thing they do with a lot of people. They'll give them like a small push, and if they don't immediately get over, then they start putting them in the background, and they shoved him over to 205 Live. And yeah, he basically just disappeared.
And yes, Mike T. The word I was there looking for was versatile. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley. Cody has been great.
Yes.
He came into his own once he wasn't forced. Oh God.
Absolutely.
Cody was disgusting.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with that more.
I couldn't agree with what Alan said more. Honestly, at this point, the problem with Vince is he's trying to continue the past. Goldust, Stardust. Rick Rude, Robert Roode, even though they're not even related, by the way.
I'm just glad he got rid of that stupid mustache.
That
was just why.
I'm glad I've never seen it. I never saw it. I left WWE way before that happened.
Because he has a beard, but for a little brief time there, he shaved it to just a mustache. And he was like real cocky and arrogant, like Rick Rude. He didn't gyrate, thankfully, but yeah, they were totally trying to do that.
And then it didn't work, and they brought him back. So
exactly. But then they stuck him in a tag team with Dolph Ziggler, so that's never going to go anywhere. That's where he's at now.
Yeah, all I can say is Lana Rusev. Yeah, no,
exactly.
WWE.
That's all you have to say to get exactly what WWE's about right now.
Yeah, no, thank you.
The best thing that's happened to WWE recently is NXT Invasion, which I still think they botched. But whatever. 2 words, Shorty get exactly. No, it's Shorty G now, DN.
Shorty G?
Yes. Chad Gable went to Shorty Gable, then to Shorty G, and he's wearing long baggy shorts to the ring. Just don't even.
I'm done with WWE. I'm beyond done with WWE. It's not even funny how done I don't think I can feel any more done than I feel right now with the way they're doing things.
What sucks is they have so much good talent there. I mean, people like AJ Styles and Ricochet, and say what you will about him, but I think Randy Orton is phenomenal.
Randy Orton, yeah. And you know who came into backstage this past Tuesday?
CM Punk. Yes.
The return of CM Punk.
I was really hoping he'd go the other way, but
I mean, yes and no. I feel like let him stay backstage for a while, get pissed off, and then it'll make the impact even more if he goes to AEW.
Maybe so. But yeah, they've got so much talent over there, and it's just sad to see what's done with them.
Yeah. But hate to end on a sour note, but we got funded. We're done. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so we're not ending on a sour note. We're ending funded. Lana and Lashley is a disgrace to Bobby. He's become a meme in my sports talk groups. No one even watches wrestling.
There you go. Sad for him.
Let's be honest. They can never find anything for Bobby Lashley to do because Bobby Lashley can't talk on a mic to save his life.
No, that's why he didn't make it in TNA either, and somehow got lucky and made it back to WWE.
Yeah. They needed a big guy when Brock Lesnar was off doing MMA again. That's all it was. Now they're stuck with him and they don't know what to do with him.
It's like, hey, Bobby, we're going to do this with you. Yeah, sure. Next thing you know, they're going to bring in the president again, and we're going to have
no.
Oh, you don't think they'll do Trump versus McMahon too?
Please no. I will quit watching it. Anyway, let's really end this on a I love Too Old for This Crap, Randy Orton. He's the best version of himself. Yeah. Let's really end this on a positive note. If you guys would like to hear us talk more, you can find us on Comic Frontline on Tuesdays, Comic Book Weekly. Check that out. And you can check out both of our YouTubes and Facebook and social media and all that stuff.
And Fridays is AEW Aftershock right on Comic Frontline as well.
Yes, typically, except for this week, which it is on Saturday. Follow us on social media at Brant Fowler, at Last Summer Press, at Dark Avenger C86, and of course at Comic Frontline. And for Chris, since I'm on what?
No, I was going to say which I don't have on this template, so I don't have the Comic Frontline.
No, but we do have this for Chris's channel because I'm on Facebook.
There you go.
So you can subscribe, you can hit that bell, you can hit that like, and you can go check out Comic Frontline's
one question media. Quickly.
So when is the comic officially coming out for us backers and officially? Okay, so estimated delivery does say January for the physical, December next month for the digital. So look for it for January because we get, printing time and all that stuff. Right. We do have to send it to the printer. It takes a little bit of time to get that back. Plus, we're entering the holidays, so it may be delayed slightly. But, hopefully January 2020 is what we're targeting.
Mm-hmm. And officially out on the shop, as Brant mentioned, Last Summer Press is we're getting our own shop outside of Etsy. Once that launches and once everybody who backed the Kickstarter gets the book, that's when we will have it launched, the deluxe edition, on the store.
Yes, absolutely. So just stay tuned to all our social media. We'll update you. And if you're a backer of the Kickstarter, I will be posting constant updates on the Kickstarter page. So you get email notifications for those as we get product in and when we ship stuff out and all that stuff.
And keep an eye out for those two major projects I'm working on. As a matter of fact, Mike T has a part in both of them as well, ironically. Nice. What's going on here? People getting involved in things.
Yeah.
Big things are happening before 2020, my friends. Big things are happening.
Thank you, everybody that tuned into this live show. We love the interaction. Thanks, D and Gian, Jesse, JD, Mike T. I'm missing Alan. Yeah. Dan popped in for a little bit. Anybody else that tuned in, thanks for watching. And thanks for counting down this final hour with us. And we're funded. So now it's time to get that book out in your hands.
Yes.
All right. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
You definitely have a great weekend.